I've got both my
Excuse me, brothers. Really quick, you have an officer in the council. Can you come please grab your necklace? Thank you.
Yeah, and they were sponsoring
Dave, do you need one of these? Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah. He's spoken, but it was kind of VIP, and he's been having a date with Roger Pesky, 3 drivers on the bay. And then given the big scale, he had watching that, and I was box for the 2 Indian. On the area, the next and Teddy finally calmed down a little bit. The fifth Indian race we went to a number of years ago. Simon won the race. And I felt sorry for him. I think that he was down on the track, and the guy was doing race. You could make it. So he was driving down the line to get us in the turn corner. I know, yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, they're the one that celebrates the best I can remember how many, but that was nice trade. And since they started doing this playoff, that was the first time it was actually won by somebody else. And the same was true in India. It's like it's a team in India. So it doesn't matter really who wins the last race. Whoever has the most points. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it was. Steve, oh, really? Yeah. Oh, in November. We averaged 122 meetings per day. Most of the visits, like I said, they're unique. So if you go today, if you go tomorrow, that is still each time you repeat. The treasure valley is all well, that's one some of this stuff
Whatever you prefer. That's actually what he wants. Yeah. I'm gonna be real fast. So some of these things. It's not a stale website. Some of my letters on.
I need your help in fundamentally it's there.
It's over to it. Yeah, it's so hard. But it will never be done. And it's your needs.
Technically, they're all.
Yeah.
You're always.
I still was wondering.
It was asking me for a form.
But I did get that website. I did get that website up and running. Remember asking where to go and it's working. It works, it's not the best.
I have used for this.
Some of the simple stuff I want to get done. But yeah, well, it's working. Yeah, I might still come back and bed. Yeah, it's good. I think I got it to do a while. But, so right now I only sent it out to about 4 people, but they'll say, okay, here's a bunch of mistakes.
Yeah, I just want to. I can tell you right here.
I didn't know what that was. I mean, we did a big 70s birthday party 2 months ago, and it was like that Monday. Yeah. So I brought it out, and that's one of the reasons that I get into that party. And I think if you yeah, who says that? There was 70s. Yeah, you know what? I looked into that. I'm not sure. But it was they were they cut it off the yeah, it was there. Good talk. It's good to talk to you, Logan. Thanks for coming. Yeah, it's right up everything good, like all this meeting to order. Please follow your seats. I'll walk over here. Let's start. All brothers, please stand or kneel. Brother Corey, I'd like to invite you to lead us in prayer tonight, if you could.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for today. We thank you for your beautiful refreshing rain. We just thank you for the opportunity to gather tonight today. We thank you for the opportunity to change lives and save lives within our communities, within our domestic churches, and truly, Father God, just within ourselves, looking to ourselves as a way to be your servant, your child, and whatever that's what you call us. Blessed Mother, please cover us with your mantle as we go hand in goodness, stories, blessed God, and blessed is the third of Jesus. Grant sinners in your Father and Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, brother. Please all remain standing and face the flag as we recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. A reading of the minutes of the previous meeting. Brother Rich.
It would be very nice. I'd like to make a motion, we dispense with the reading of the minutes and accept them as written, published, and distributed.
Thank you, Brother Rich. Motion has been made
I'll second.
and seconded. All those in favor of accepting the minutes as written, reported in an email to the council. Aye?
Aye.
All those opposed? We have one nay. All right. Ayes approved. Motion is passed. All right, move to our worthy financial secretary, Brother Darrell. If you could please give your report.
Worthy Grand Night. I'd like to report that we have 374 members. Our quota for this year is 15, and we have 7, so we're at 47% of our membership quota. And we have some prospects coming in later this month on the 16th for our degree ceremony, so that number should go up by the time we have our December meeting. I'd like to, let's see, we've got a couple of transfers. Brother Ron Martin is here today, transferring in from California, and we have Brother Ernest Sirotek, who's here with us as well, neighbor of Brother Stephen Peterson. Welcome both of you to the council. I'd also like to recognize Laszlo Pavra. Laszlo just completed his gold membership card, and he is now a life member of Knights Columbus. Congratulations, Laszlo. And I have Advent books here. If anybody would like to get an Advent book, I got here on the table. And I also have name badges. If you haven't got your name badge, Steve, I've got yours on order, but it's not in yet. But if there's anybody else here who hasn't got a name badge, you can see me, and I'll either get you on the list for my next batch, or if I have it here, I'll give it to you today. Worthy Grand Night.
Thank you, Brother Darrell. For our treasurer's report, it's been emailed. Everybody should have received it. Our worthy our worthy treasurer is actually out of state and just underwent surgery where he's recovering. He's expected to be released from the hospital in the next few days and travel home, where he'll be on the road to recovery for the next probably 5 to 6 weeks. Please keep him in your prayers. If you have any questions on that, please refer to the email. If you don't have any email, come see me and I will get you the email of the treasurer's report. And that's for the month of October. All right. Our worthy district deputy report, Brother Corey, please give your report.
Yeah, I got my pen ready. Thank you, Worthy Grand Night. So, I got a little frog in my throat tonight, so I'm not sure what's going on, but I'll try and do my best. If I lose my voice, I'm sure you guys are the winner for it. So, but just a couple things that I wanted to convey to you. The worthy state deputy was able to join you for your all nights mass, and he was very touched by that mass. Just seeing all of you brother knights that stood in your positions with such honor and dignity was very touching. As a guest and as an observer, he just felt that it was such an honorable thing that you did. And he just really wanted to have me communicate that to this council and just state how much visibility and how much of a difference it made with respect to faith. Just knowing that Knights of Columbus do more than just, flip pancakes or, have a fish fry or what have you. They actually take their faith very seriously. And I just commend you for that. And I thank you for inviting me to be part of your mass. I was privileged to carry the cross. And I really felt very close to this council and very close to each of your brother knights and to this parish. This parish has been my home for many, many years. But during that mass, I really felt like I was home. And I just wanted to tell you thank you for that. And just thank you for all your hard work and all your planning. Kyle, thank you for being the coordinator, kind of being our drumbeat there. And Worthy Grand Knight, just getting the council, and Faithful Navigator, just getting the assembly all together. I mean, it was such a beautiful thing. Just visibly, I think we really caught not only the physical eye of our parishioners, but we caught the spiritual eye as well, and just showed them what it can mean for a Catholic man when he really takes his faith seriously, of what that communicates not only to his family, but his domestic church as well as his church. So just thank you for that. A couple things I want to announce with the district. The two events that the district is doing this month, all across District 5, is the first one, with it being Thanksgiving month, we're all participating as a district in the Food for Families program. Now, if you don't actually do the official one where you actually have an actual program, do it within your own domestic church, within your family. Donate to the food pantry, or donate just to a neighbor, or donate to the food bank. So that'll be the first one for Food for Families. And the second one, I'm just encouraging all members of District 5, our district, to pray a novena, just one novena, or multiple novenas if you feel called to that. And the different novenas that I would recommend is the Father McGivney novena, the novena for life, the surrender novena, novena for humility. That one I tend to pray a lot because I tend to just let things get to my head sometimes, and it's nice just to have that little bit of humility. So those are the two activities. Excuse me.
Here, Curtis, haven't opened it.
Woo.
It's $2.
All right. Put it on my tap.
I will.
So the men's conference is coming up. Yeah, thank you. The men's conference is coming up. It'll be here at Holy Apostles on February 3rd. If you sign up before the 15th of January, it's $49. Otherwise, it's $60. And the state deputy also wanted me to tell you that he is giving this council and your roundtable full support when it comes to advancing that council that roundtable to a council. And he's done so much that he's actually filed what's called the Form 133. The Form 133 is to tell Supreme, we are serious about this roundtable and moving it on to a council. There's going to be a kit delivered to me, and I will be meeting with your roundtable team and your roundtable coordinator on this end, as well as the one up in McCall. And we are going to accelerate the process. We've been working on the McCall Council now for, 20 years, 15 at least, hard. And we definitely want to advance it to a council. So the state deputy wanted me to announce to the council meeting tonight that he has officially taken the steps to start making that a council. If we don't make it by the end of the year, it's not the end of the world, but at least Supreme knows, and they'll start the process of backing you and your council for making them a full council, so. Other than that, I really don't have anything else to report for tonight. I do have tickets for sale tonight. If anybody would like to go to the 4th degree dinner in Nampa, it'll be following the exemplification and the mass. Their veterans dinner is absolutely fabulous. They're bringing some speakers in, and it's going to be just a really wonderful evening. So if anybody would like a ticket, it's $20 for adults, $10 for kids. So that's all I have for tonight. So thank you, have a great night. Thank you for the water. I won't. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Corey. Brings us to the Life Committee report. Brother Joe James is not able to be here tonight. He is, I believe, in California. He's attending a funeral for a friend who passed. It's a longtime friend, so keep him in your prayers. He did want me to report that the Divine Mercy Chaplet will be on the 12th, so that's just coming Saturday, and it'll be prayed in front of Planned Parenthood. The 9:30 will be the Rosary for the 40 Days for Life, and then the Divine Mercy will be said right after, and that is sponsored by our council, so please consider showing up there. It's at the Planned Parenthood. It'll be on the sidewalk. Do not go onto their property. Try to walk around their property, get to the sidewalk in front, and there'll be a group up there praying it. So please consider going to that. Brother Kyle, would you like to say something about the Life Committee? I'll be happy to do it.
Good night. Yep, Brother Joe wants to thank everybody that's been attending the Life programs, especially this past coming event where everybody went out and helped set up in, I think, 29, 30 degrees, something like that out there. And then he also had Our Lady of Fatima prayer out here during a retreat that was taking place. And read the rosary together, including my daughter. But just wanted to thank everybody for that portion of the Life program support. And then we're going to move on to the faith program support. If you, those Brother Ray and Brother Fred, can you guys stand up, please? So these guys really helped me a lot in spearheading this, making sure that the EN positions, we have to fill 18 of those, and I believe we have to fill 8 positions for the ushers as well. Can you guys give them a hand And then if you're here and you served in either the All Nights Mass on the 28th, and if you served in the Knights Memorial Mass, can you please stand as well? So I would like to thank all of you, and can we give them a hand as well? If we can, we typically have these all-night masses. We're going to have all of our council masses are June, July, October, and November. We'd like to see more participation of this. So we're hoping that you guys will step forward as the other masses come out. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Brother Kyle. So as he said, we have a biannual, so twice a year, all nights mass, where we participate in all rules of the mass. That'll be twice a year. Once in October, and the other one's coming up in March, I believe. We have the Silver Rose Mass, which is normally in June, which we host, and now we have the Memorial Mass. We also have 2 life masses that we perform in front of Planned Parenthood as well. There's a vacant lot there, and as long as that owner of that lot allows us to, we will continue to have 2 masses there on that lot in front of Planned Parenthood every year. So those are where we're at in the faith committee, just in this council. So thank you for attending. Go ahead.
Yeah, one more. I'm sorry, guys, I forgot. So we have gotten thrown into our laps the Knights Memorial Mass. Jerry and Joe, can you guys stand up? You guys really helped push this mass forward. Jerry was a spearheader on putting the program together. So if you guys can look on the tables, these pictures that are on these programs actually are from a Brother Bob Hackett's funeral. Brother Joe's wife took that, and they spent a lot of time in gathering these names and making sure that we did not miss anybody. But it was 100% everybody, correct? Can you guys give them a hand of applause, please?
Thank you, Brother Kyle. Yes, we just had the memorial mass on Saturday morning at 8:45, and it was a great mass. I was an altar server and proud to be there. And also I helped out with calling the names and performing the ceremonial mass. So it was really great, and it's a great feeling to be a part of that. Everybody that's been a part of one of those masses knows how great of a feeling it is. So I encourage you all to please, try to step up and take a position, because it is very, very fulfilling. All right, thank you. I'd like to move to our membership committee report, Brother Ray.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's see, at our last combined agreed on October the 19th, we exemplified or advanced the following brother knights: Elijah Long, Philip Ludlow, and advanced Brother Kelly Foster is here this evening. Is Elijah or Philip here this evening? You are not. Okay. Also, we've also, as you've heard, got a new transfer, Ernie Sirotech, and welcome again, Ernie. Currently, we have a few members still trying to discern when to become exemplified. Our next ceremony will be Thursday, November 16th at 6:45 p.m. right over in the day chapel. And I'm going to cut the name short just because we're limited on time, but we did receive a Form 100 this evening from a Noah Reyes. Is he here tonight? I didn't make it back. Okay. So we're hoping to get that list to grow, but we at least have, I think, one for Thursday the 16th that we're going to have over. So anyway, you've heard we're knocking on the door to our midway point with membership requirements, new members, and we hope to stay on track.
Very good. Okay. Thank you, Brother Ray.
Okay, you bet.
All right, I'd like to call on our community committee, Brother Fred Klein. You want to give your report, please?
Thank you. Tonight, I want to share with you some invitations. We have a few things that are coming up. One is we're going to form a little subcommittee about developing a scholarship, how perhaps our council wants to support St. Ignatius in developing a scholarship program. I am taking solicitation or interest if anyone wants to join and help form and develop that program. Please email me, text me, or get a hold of me after this meeting. That's one. Two, we're looking for some help in labor. So in regards to the St. Vincent de Paul Thanksgiving box program, and Brother John Howell will talk more about that later. Look to that as an opportunity to help out in service of our Treasure Valley poor and hungry. We have also been continuing to do our work with the Corpus Christi House. They're having some, continue to have some leadership changes. So it seems to me it's kind of interesting that we are the one that is the constant. One of their members is going to be meeting with Brother Mike. He's not here tonight, but Brother Mike will be. He's online. Perfect. Yeah. We'll be meeting later on this week with Corpus Christi House leadership. Also, we want to thank Brother Greg Asmus right here for stepping up and being support and co-chair or backup chair with Mike in the Corpus Christi House program. Meeting Wednesday 11, yes. Yeah, I'll be working. Thank you, Greg, and thank you, Mike. One more thing is, you guys have heard just recently, in the last couple of minutes about the Ironman's Mass and how great that's going. We, as Knights, have been filling all the ministries in that, in those masses. However, one has been, overlooked, and, I am going to take, interest, people who might be interested in joining in the, music ministry. So, I see a lot of faces just go. As we make one who sings praise twice. So, I'm gonna throw out a challenge to you guys. I know that when it was the mass, standing next to Pete Lemieux, his voice was just angelic, and so I have nominated him to be part of the choir. Maybe you guys laugh, but I talked to Jake Emmett, our music director. He is excited about being a leader and training us. I say us, if I'm proposing this, I guess I have to do it as well. There's Brother Julius Alex is interested, and did not Bert say that he might be interested? Yeah, so, yeah, we're great things. So we have people, yes, it will be part of All Nights Mass, for sure. So one thing that I thought was inspirational, and I'll wrap this up here, Randy, is that Jake Enoch said, hey, you know, what's important is exactly what Brother Corey was saying earlier. It is, I think if you have some men as us who are not musically trained standing up there, it's going to be vulnerable. And Joey was saying, you know, that shows a true sign of Catholic men standing up in front of the parish and being vulnerable and showing that they're there to lead and inspire. And we found that would be very inspirational. So I invite you to join me and think about it. Again, see me after this, text or email me. And the last thing, I'm going to turn this over to Joe Cardone about the blood drive that was very successful. And before I turn it over to you, Joe, I want to let you guys know how much of a leader Joe is in getting this done. He has made the Red Cross in shape. I mean, I just watched it from the sidelines, and I had to tell one of the ladies, I said, do you know Joe? He's not going to stop. And if you give him a goal of 70, he's going to get 75. We're talking about units of blood. So I don't know if they realize who they're tangling with, but Joe was a tiger out there, and he has been really very inspirational about saving lives of the community and getting people to donate blood and coordinate it. And I'll let you sing your success.
Thank you for that. And you all may not know, but Saturday Mass, Dr. Fred and I attended to an individual that was sadly shortness of breath, a syncopal episode, and we worked well together, meeting this guy's needs until the paramedics arrived to the facility. So he does a pretty good job on his feet, you know, in emergency. So we'll have to. Anyway, so 67 units, equivalent units obtained out of 68 required. We are well on our way and should be recognized this year for the third straight year as being premier partners with the American Red Cross. And I dare to raise our goal to 80. And so, but I have to tell you, 17 of our brother Knights, when there were cancellations and no shows. We had 5 cancellations within minutes of the drive starting. And so 17 brother Knights stood up, rolled their sleeves up, and said, take me. And that's how we did it. That's how we got the 67. Yeah, I was doing the math, and I always obnoxious again because I'm from New York. And then they say, don't tell me how many nights we had. tell me how many volunteers, and I'll tell you that day, volunteers came out of the woodwork. And the church admin section, the no slouch, those ladies came over with their sleeves rolled up there on me. So our next one is 6th January. Apparently I'm not getting dates right today, but don't get nervous, but that will be a Saturday. I tried, we have 4 drives, and I tried to make it 2 on a Monday, 2 on a Saturday. And the local parishioners and people here in the community really like the Saturday blood drive. So that's it.
Thank you, Brother Joe, and great job. Good job. Let's hear it for Joe. Right, Brother Kyle, did you have anything to add to your report, or did you already cover it?
We're really good. I actually forgot to just simply thank 2 other people, Daryl and Ken, for the Knights Memorial Mass. Daryl worked with Jerry on getting names together, and he also got the shirt ordered for us on the All Nights Mass. And I called him a bunch just to get the help from him. And then the ceremonial for the All Nights Mass, Ken, thank you for providing that from us from the state. It was really beautiful, and once again, you guys did a really good job.
Yeah, thank you, guys. All right, 4th degree, report of the 4th degree, Brother Joe. Our faithful navigator for the 4th degree.
Not much to say, other than from our off-site leadership meeting, council members expect one of us to tap you on the shoulder and say, we'd like to welcome you into the assembly. That's what we need to do, and rightly so. Again, some of you that may not be here, this is just an example of what it means to be a brother knight, whether you're a council or a 4th degree. Just knowing that being a 4th degree means that you've had all 4 lessons. And so with that, we at Alicia are planning to do more interaction at the council level, extending invitations not only to our activities, but for you to know that you are more than welcome to come to our assembly meetings. Because we've got nothing to hide, and we should get to show you what we're all about. And in addition, new members or observers have an objective eye, and they see things that maybe we could be doing better or explaining better. And so that's of value to us. So other than that, just remember the assembly meeting will be condensed on our next meeting on the 4th of December. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Joe. Please keep our 4th degree for all you 3rd degree members in mind. It's always a great opportunity to advance in the Knights of Columbus. All right. And it's a great assembly to be a part of. I believe the biggest in the state, if I'm not right? Very good. All right, with that, we're going to move on to new business. The first agenda topic on new business is going to be the position of our worthy chancellor. It's been open for a few months now, and we do have a nominee. I'd like to name that nominee, Greg Asmus. If you could please stand, give us a little bit about yourself.
Worthy Grand Knight. Well, it was about 18 months ago that I decided to become an active member of the Knights. And the reason I decided to become active was to serve the Catholic community that we're all a part of. And people such as those in the Corpus Christi house. It's a very fulfilling and spiritual experience being able to serve both communities. And I want to continue to do that. And so when Worthy Grand Knight, Worthy Deputy Grand Knight approached me a couple months ago about considering this position, I thought I'd have to think about it. I'd have to pray about it. I'd have to talk to my wife about it. And, it's been a tough decision because with the title of worthy Grand Knight, worthy Deputy Grand Knight, worthy Chancellor, worthy has a big, lump in my throat because I'm not for sure that I fit that role. You know, I acted for 18 months. So if you decide to nominate me, vote me in, or nominate, if you decide to vote me in this position, I will need a lot of help because I don't know the ropes like many of you do. And I'll lean on you. I'll ask you for support and for advice as we move forward. Thank you, Deputy Grant.
Yes, thank you, Brother Greg. All right, with that, there are no other nominations. So we will move on to the vote. If there is any other nominations, are there any other nominations for the position of worthy Chancellor? Are there any other nominations for the position of worthy Chancellor? Brother Darrell?
For the Grand Knight, I stand to make a motion to end the nomination for the position of worthy Chancellor and elect Brother Greg Asmus by unanimous acclamation.
All right, motion has been made on the floor and seconded. We'll move to vote. All those in favor of accepting our nominee, Greg Asmus, as our worthy Chancellor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Congratulations, Brother Greg, our new worthy Chancellor. And I'm sure you'll get the full support of our entire council. Thank you, guys. All right, our second agenda topic on new business would be the website briefing. I don't think that I'm not sure if I put it on the email or not, but surprised we're going to talk about it. Brother Joe, you want to lead us on? Sure. And Brother David Steve's going to kind of help out too.
If you want to drive, sure. I'll go.
Okay, Brother Joe Dunn is a member of the NAPA Council. He's been working on this. We've talked about it for the past year. As you stated, it was about a year ago that we first brought this up to kind of make it a new website for our council. So he's been working on it over the past year or so after medical problems and things like that, surgeries and stuff like that. We're going to go online, I believe this week.
Whenever you're ready.
So whenever we're ready. So I'm going to pass it over to Joe and forget my mess there.
No, yeah, please. So like Corey, I've been talking all day. And my voice is going too. I planned about 2 hours to go through this, but I'll try and cut it down to an hour for you. So this is kind of the analogy I always use is like when you're building a house, you frame it first. This is kind of what we have here. This is the outline. There's going to be a lot of changes. It'll never be a completed project because it's always going to be something new. Something will change. Something will be added. So this is just the starting point. And Dave, if you kind of want to drive, so this is the. Oh, before we start, I was just looking at the stats while I was eating my pumpkin pie. This website already for the month of November averaged 922 unique visitors a day in the month of November. A lot of those are from the Treasure Valley, but they're from all over the world. I think it was 50 some countries. So whenever I build one of these for a council or an assembly around the country, a lot of the stuff on here is literally the choir out here. But there's a lot of people that find these council websites and read articles or just follow along what you're doing. Father John Cusera, those of you that know him, he has a huge following in the Philippines. I don't know why. He wants to know why. No one knows why. But they love his videos over there. Mr. Cardona and his videos for the fourth degree, all the different movements. You own the state website. You just the number of views your videos get is phenomenal. George would just love to figure out how that happened. So anyway, this is the homepage. Everything is changeable. If you see something that's not what your council wants, I took some liberties in designing things. But if you want to scroll down a little bit, Dave, we can kind of show them. There's a lot of duplication in the way you navigate because every one of us does it differently. I navigate a website very differently than someone else. Will those be our pictures in the future? You just have to send them to me. It's that's the thing that always happens with the council websites is there's these guys from Supreme. These all come from Supreme. We never get the photos from the council, so send them to me from your events or whatever, and we'll update all of these things. But all these programs up here, you can click on them to get the various programs. This will be the link to the assembly. Now that we know we're going to keep it on the same website, there's a link to join. You can keep scrolling down. Here's some. Jerry's written most of these, I think, but there are some. There's a lot of Catholic websites around that will let you repost the content. You know, it's for every cause. So we put this kind of stuff on here. One, it's interesting. I would learn something, but two, it makes the website active and has a pulse, and that's what gets people coming back. And Google sees that it has visitors, and there's a new article that's posted, or you did this, and that's how you get ranked higher and higher and higher. In fact, you don't even have to really remember the new website domain, which is KofC 11548.org. Just Google it and you'll come up. It's number 2 right now on Google. Eventually you'll be number 1. But this is where all your news will show up. Jerry went over and visited the help center in Nampa. He wrote up a nice article, and you click on it for read more. And go ahead and scroll down to the bottom real quick. These are, I didn't know what, go back up just a little bit. These are from Supreme. These two aren't loading for some reason. You may have different, Corpus Christi House may need to go on here. Other things that you support as a council. You have 3 social media web pages right now: Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or whatever they're all called nowadays. I can't keep track. And eventually, I think we're going to get you a YouTube channel so that you could stream all your videos there. And anything you do can be on your YouTube channel. Even if it's if Father Vitalis wants to do something, he can easily get on. In fact, I talked to him about that. Hope that's right. Yeah. I invited him to contribute to your website. Absolutely. You put him in touch with me, so I took some with him. But you'll see there's a lot of these things, for people, a lot of it's for computers to find their way around, but you never know. This goes to the church offices. Your council doesn't have like a Google phone or anything. No. All right. So, info goes to Dave's email, it forwards to him. And then contact all the usual suspects. But if you want to go clear back up to the top, Dave. Under the About tab up there. So I'm not going to take all your time to go through all the pages, but it's got all your offices and directors. Definitions of the degrees, because again, this is the choir here, but there are people who don't know what it means to be a 3rd degree knight, or what is an assembly. I don't know what that means. They can find all those definitions on here. So as you're going through it, you're going to go, well, everybody knows that. Well, everybody in this room does, but there's a lot of people out there that don't know those kind of things. So that's why it seems over-explained in some ways. But this is just literally all about your council and your assembly. If you want to go one to the right, when the different program directors want information up here, go ahead and just click on any one of those. It doesn't matter. I don't think there's a whole lot on any of them. This is where all your community program stuff will be. So again, you may not do all of these programs, but again, it's a starting point. It's the frame, and we can add, subtract, whatever we need to do here. I heard you mention hockey. I think I put that on. Scroll down one more. Yeah, there it is. About hockey. All right, let's go back up to the top. And we'll kind of get into the meat and potatoes. This is the calendar next. And I was asked to create another category for assembly events because we're going to combine them all into one calendar because It only makes sense. You can make this look any way you want. This is the default. So when I built the website, I used free versions of everything I could, anywhere I possibly could. We have some minor expenses because sometimes free versions just don't cut it. This is the free version of the calendar. It still has quite a few things you can do. Like if you click on agenda view up here, that's what this is called. It's the agenda. You can arrange it by a month or a week view. The month view might be more what you're used to seeing as far as a calendar. Then over here, you can, if you're looking for something in particular, click on categories, and it might be a life program or whatever. You can see if you just want to sort, you're all familiar with this. If you just want faith program, to check that, and it takes everything off the calendar that's not a faith program, related to faith programs. Same with the organizers, you know, the assembly, the council, the parish, the diocese, whoever, you know, could be anything. Tags are just for search engines mostly. You'll see kind of, they're just keywords basically that help you find things on the calendar. Venues, you know, most things are going to be in this room. Sometimes Corpus Christi could be over the church, but and then of course you can search, and then you can add it to what's that weird brand of phone? iPhone. You can add that to your calendar up there. It's a little harder with iPhones because that's Apple. But you can bring all this right into your cell phone or your computer at home. Right now, until I meet with Dave and whoever else you say is your website team, and teach you guys how to use the website and update it, because you don't want to wait on me all the time. Say, hey Joe, why haven't you put this picture up here? I'm going to teach this group how to do it, and I'll always be there to help. But if you've got an event that you want submitted, you can click on this and you fill in a form, and it just pops up right on my phone, and I'll take care of it, in, you know, getting it on the calendar until Dave and his team are comfortable doing it. Any questions on the calendar? One thing, I think I mentioned it, we'll add a category for the assembly so that it's separate. It's on the same calendar as the council, but you can filter it by just assembly stuff if you want.
So is this website live now?
Yes.
Is it set up for a specific browser for cell phone?
Chrome, it'll work on any browser.
Well, I'm on it now.
Well, okay. So the reason it doesn't work on the cell phone yet is it's called a responsive website for tablets and phones. So like here, we got a nice big screen, you know, I mean, it's 10 feet across or whatever. When you look at it on a phone, everything is shrunk, right? So I have to actually reformat everything. And before I do that, I wanted to make sure this is what you want, because I don't want to build two websites and you don't like either one of them. So once we get the go ahead and this is what we want, I'll start making all those changes so that it will work good on a cell phone or a tablet of any size, and you know, either orientation. Right now it's basically for a desktop. So if you do come across something that looks weird on your phone, take a screenshot and send it to me, and I can fix it. But that's kind of why it's like that right now, is we wanted to make sure it's right first before we build the second one. If you want to go back up to the top, please. So news, this is where a lot of Jerry's articles go. I created a couple of them. See, they got the main, these are the categories that you saw on the calendar. This is, I forget which website sent me that one, but this was, I think that's the one. Greg, isn't that the one we went and took for downtown? I think so. That's that article. But all of your council news, Catholic news, diocese news, state news, whatever, goes here. And if you want to go back up to the top. So if you click on volunteer, we have a company called, go ahead and scroll down just a little bit. Sign up. It's Dave was already taken to putting all of your events where you need volunteers, And if you want to volunteer for anything, you just go to the volunteer page. And that's something else I did up here. You notice the URL. It's the KFC 11548.org/, and most of the pages are one-word titles. So that you don't have to navigate to it. You can just /volunteer and it'll take you right here. Make it easy. But if you want to sign up for cinnamon roll, just click right here. And on the, oh, you got your own screen. I thought I was staying in front. Now, there's two levels for this subscription. I think it's what we're doing $9.99 a month, I think.
Yeah.
Part of the pain with that is it comes with some advertising, which I can't stand, but if you want to get rid of the ads, double the price, basically. But this is how you sign up. You just click on what role you want. And then on the back end, it gives tons of information for Dave as far as this is how many have signed up. And he can send you reminder text message or an email. Hey, don't forget tomorrow at 8 a.m. you volunteer to be at the all nights mass or whatever in each role. But this is where you'll do all your sign up to volunteer for any events. I think it works pretty good. Do you have any concerns with it or anything, Dave?
Not really, not yet.
They're just the ones that I created with the table, I know, but I'll do that. But I know there's what's that?
The reminders seem to be automatic, so that's kind of cool.
And you can change that in the admin side of how, so you don't drive people crazy.
I do want to do it.
And you can even, like the night before, if you want to remind them, you can actually go in there and manually hit a button and send everybody a reminder. And include maps or whatever text you want to include in that so that people don't forget. But with your council, this was kind of one of the more important things because you guys do so much stuff. You needed a simple way to manage instead of those spreadsheets, which were a little unwieldy, maybe. This is, I think, a lot better for your council because it keeps track of everything. Even it'll help throughout I forget the form where you report all the hours and volunteer stuff. Oh yeah, it'll help keep track of that as well for you.
Can we click on one of those? Just to see?
Yeah, go ahead. So this is for the cinnamon roll bacon. Which one did you click on, Dave? The
Icing, right?
icing. Okay, so then it makes you sign in with your email, or you can use Google or whatever that Facebook I think is up there. So just throw an email in there. And once you've done it once, it remembers you. So the next time you want to volunteer, it only takes a few seconds. And how many spots? So maybe it's you and your wife, or Dave's bringing Hadley, his granddaughter. Whatever, however many spots that it'll take up. Your phone number, so you can get the text message, your email, so you can get the reminders. And save and done, and you'll just volunteer to ice cinnamon rolls. And then it'll update, it'll tell you how many, so you can see Dave signed up, Melvin signed, Wayne. I don't want to work with Wayne, so I'll put it different. I'm not gonna ice with Wayne because he eats too much of it. When Wayne's not here, I don't know him. Do you like the frosty, Wayne? All right, there you go.
Good job. For the more, for the events that have more roles that are needed to be fulfilled, will there be separate spots you can?
Yeah, it's as far as I know, it's unlimited. You can create as many, like if one event can have hundreds of different roles. Okay. And literally thousands of volunteers can handle that.
And you could see it up here. The next slot down is selling cinnamon rolls after the 5 o'clock mass. You scroll down, I'm sure there's another one and another one. There's more than one.
And you can even see where they need help. There's 6 spots available to sell the cinnamon rolls, and no one has signed up to do that yet. So you can kind of, they need help here. I'll go help in that area.
Can I change my mind?
Yeah, absolutely.
How do I do that? Can I back out?
Yeah, I think you have to click on your name and then go back in and Go back one spot. It said, there's a thing that says my spot. Yeah, oh, yeah, right there.
Oh, it's real tiny.
Not to me, it's not.
I don't want it to be too big.
Okay, there you go. So now he just unvolunteered. We can turn that off so people can't unvolunteer.
Make the trash can smaller.
But those of you that run any programs or need volunteers ever, Dave is kind of the guy that's been handling all that, and he can get this set up for you. So if you need volunteers for a program or an event or whatever, we can get you the volunteers you need. And there's some of those ads up there, and I haven't noticed anything objectionable come up yet. That's what I was concerned about, that there'd be advertising. Now watch this, it'd be something must take part. If it ever becomes a problem, you can get rid of the ads. It just costs $20. Any questions on the sign up, the volunteer stuff? Anyone? It's pretty simple. Once you've done it once, it's all right. Let's go back up to the top of the website, and then I think I'm almost done.
You say the ads will go away for about $20 a month?
Yeah, we're paying 10 and they want 20 to get rid of the ad. So about $10 a month to get rid of them. Yeah. I'll tell you, the most objectionable one I found is a Disney ad. And I do a lot of work with Disney, and they are about as anti-Catholic as you can get. I almost donated the extra $10 a month just to not see Disney.
Joe,
yes, sir.
one question. How much are we saving a month now that we just over to this?
Oh my gosh. You know those numbers better than me. So as far as this domain name, I think those are $25 a year, still $2 a month, I think. And then the hosting, or where the server with all the files that make up the website, I'm donating that.
So we're saving a lot of money is the point.
That was just a little under $200 per year, I think.
And then you had the domain, and then
Domain was about $40 more or less,
and then
for 3 years.
And then if anyone, I don't know who does what in here, but if you ever get one of these things, so 2 of these just happened to come today. Your council paid one last year. This one is from China, and this one is from India. And what they're doing is, if you open these up, it's a bill for your domain name and your website. They have nothing to do with it. So you'll send them a check and they will deposit it. And that's all they do. They have nothing to do, no matter what the letters say, that you're going to lose your website and they're going to sue you and all this. It's a total scam. So I don't know who gets the mail or whatever, but if you ever see those, just throw them away. So FAQs, there's all sorts of different things in there. And some of those, again, are just search engine fodder to keep us highly listed on Google. Sometimes people might want to know when the council monthly business meeting take place, and there's the answer. They can click on that, and they don't have to call or email somebody. And again, these are just kind of a placeholder. I got some of these from Kevin Turi under the insurance, and some basic Knights of Columbus stuff that, again, everyone in this room knows, but maybe a prospective member doesn't. All right, let's go back up to the top. So join, that's the link that goes to the Supreme website. For someone that wants to join, become an e-member. And then I think there's a couple more menu items. Oh, the contact page. You have unlimited emails. So the way I usually set these up is, like Dave's email is GK for Grand Night. And that, the reason I do, and what it will do, he does a couple of things. It will not show his personal email, so it doesn't get a bunch of spam. Plus, when he moves on, whoever the next Grand Night is, will then assume that email and have all of his history, so he can see, oh, Corpus Christi emailed me here or whatever, and we don't have to reinvent the wheel. All that continuity stays in place. But there's unlimited, so you got GK, DGK, Faith, Life. All those main programs have email addresses that forward to those people automatically. And if you need more, we can create them. It just takes a few keystrokes. Someone can fill out this form and ask you a question. Again, you can post on your social media. And I think we got one menu item left. Oh, resources is kind of a big one, or it's getting bigger. Insurance stuff, links is again, some things were helpful for the council, sometimes it's just for the public. But, you know, you'll link to all the groups you do service with, could be the Red Cross, it could be Corpus Christi House, anything like that. Here's another link if you want to submit an event to the calendar. If you want to write up an article about the blood drive, for example, I'm looking at you, Joe, so that's great. You can click on this, submit a news article and fill in all the details, upload photos and videos. That pops into my email box and I'll format it and it becomes the next news article up here. Again, you can volunteer here. And then this last one to log in, eventually there'll be more stuff that is, it's not private, it's just not public maybe, it's council business that you don't want someone in the Philippines reading about your bank balance or whatever. This is where you'll log in. Anyone that wants access to all that stuff, what you'll need to do is come down here and click register. And then it sends me an email. And because there's so many shady individuals out there, we can't automatically approve your membership because it'll just all be Chinese bots and Russian bots and selling all sorts of things which you don't want sold on your website. So it comes to me and says, do you know this guy? In fact, I just asked Dave about one yesterday because someone tried to sign up and nobody knows who it is. So they'll be denied. And then once you sign up, you'll come in and create your profile if you went on the website. And then you'll notice, did you log in or did you? That's all right, you don't have to. Once you log in, you'll start seeing other menu items show up that are hidden from the public. So if you have some kind of council private conversation about the sock hop or whatever, those can be done privately.
Joe,
Yes, sir.
are we able to message each other? Is there a messaging system if we all create one?
Yeah, I don't know why we couldn't do that. There's not right now, but I'll find a plugin for that.
That'd be great. Thank you.
You want like a chat, or do you want to?
No, just a private message system unless the brothers decide, because I know there's brothers that want to reach out to other brothers.
Okay.
But we still have point of contact.
So when there is a rudimentary one, when you create an account and log in, you can go to other users, other members and click on their profile. It's rudimentary. If you're interested in it, I'll find something better for you.
Yeah, like just for them to be able to message each other.
Yeah, that's possible. Jerry?
This has changed. You just talked about people being able to load stories, and we've had rules. So when I shoot pictures of pancake breakfast, the rules of Holy Apostles are I can put the kids in the picture if it's internal. But now if you're in here shooting the crowd and there's kids in the picture and I send that to the night stuff, and you're telling us we have this much exposure. And are we rewriting the rules for what can be exposed in those pictures?
So every council that I've probably done 30 of these council websites now. Every one of them does it different. Some of them, the kids are part of life and the pictures go up there and it's the way they want it. If you guys don't want that, we can crop them out of the picture. I could blur their face out. There's a myriad of different ways we could do it. That's up to your council and what your policies are.
And then when we do Corpus Christi, we shoot over the guys and the ladies' shoulders and things. We don't show their faces. That was been a Corpus Christi policy, that some of the street people don't want anybody in the world to know where they are. So we've been very cautious of those type of things. And now we're opening Pandora's box with a site like this. So I'm just wondering if what you're saying is we come back here and decide what our rules are going to be.
Yeah.
I know our current rules were dictated by the office.
Yeah, and that's what we'll just maintain those standards.
We don't put their names, but they're having sitting there with that beautiful smile eating a big pancake. Their name's not there. So a person seeing it all over the world couldn't do much with that shot.
No, that's actually an unfortunate situation. You can actually simply crop that image and share that image over to Google, and Google will give you everything that person has ever done.
Oh, okay.
There's an unfortunate here.
That's the way that the current website works and has worked for the last, I don't know how many years. It's been open to the world. And we've talked about those pictures and pictures of children and stuff like that. Last time that we talked about it, the decision that I heard, that I got, was what you're talking about, was not having the kids' names. And if you're shooting a picture of a pancake breakfast, you got a good portion of the room, there's a lot of kids in there. We decided that it was just something that families do, something that the councils do, and this is a picture of it. And as long as you don't specifically identify anybody or a child or whatever, that's what we decided. And I think that was 2 or 3 years ago when we talked about that before. But it's always been open, except for the pages where we require a login. So those are on the current, on the old website, those pages were like to the documents that are like the treasurer's report, the meeting minutes, stuff like that, that we don't necessarily want people in the Ukraine to know about or whatever. But that is the same. This is no different as far as that goes than the previous one.
Just to give you a quick idea, even here in the Valley, Sacred Heart has a totally different policy. They, those of you that remember Father Cook, he was adamant that the kids were in the photos and were on the, he just didn't want their names associated with it. Now the diocese might have a different policy. I haven't heard from the diocese. I haven't got a phone call. So, but even just across the Valley, they do it a little bit different. So we'll go with whatever the parish office wants. Yes, sir.
Will there be an ability for like storage of emails? For example, if we're going to do a project, say with Christie House, bring barbecue, there's going to be a number of emails regarding that. I don't want to put it all on the page. Currently, it ends up on our personal email. Is there going to be a place where we can separate it?
Yes.
And have
Yes. So the way it works on the server, so GK at KofC11548.org, you can log into the email server just like it's kind of old school, like you would go and check your email on AOL or one of those, CompuServe, one of those things. It's not dissimilar from that. All the emails are there. So if you never wanted to go to your personal email, you don't ever want it to touch your email. You just log into the email server and you can read and respond from right there. What I found is that most people, for ease of use, they don't want their email public on the website, but they don't want to be bothered with clicking another link because, bother, what's this? So that's why I forward it to their personal one. And then I usually tell people, look, if you want to know how to do it, you click on this link and you can go read your emails, and they're there forever. There's virtually unlimited storage. So that's why I was talking about the continuity from officer to officer, year to year. If someone ever needs to go back and go, what was that conversation we had 2 years ago? It'll still be there. And then, like I said, anything else, I don't know of anything you could ask, can this thing do that I'll have to say no, or I don't know how to do that. We'll figure it out. There's always an answer. So if you go to another website, you go, well, that's really stinking cool. Why don't we have that? Just let me know and we'll figure out how to do it. Question? If you have photos under that submit a news article, that's where you can upload photos and videos and say, hey, put this on the whatever page, and me or one of these gentlemen will get that done. Any other questions? Kept it under 2 hours. Yep. No.
So please keep in mind, this is progressing as we go. It's important to take pictures. Jerry brought up a good point. It's always great to discuss that. I think that can come up in the officers planning meeting on kind of outline some kind of rules and guidelines as far as pictures and posting. I think that, anything, before it goes up onto our website should be approved and viewed, by myself, the deputy grand knight, and maybe one other person, Dave and Steve and Joe, of course. But I think that there needs to be at least some kind of step for approval before it goes up. You know, for that purpose of picture taking or correctness of the story or whatever, or something that we would promote. So we don't want to put something up there that, you know, that we don't quite agree about. If it's something that the editor and the writer don't agree on, we can bring it up in the officers planning meeting and discuss it and come to an agreement before we post it. But we haven't got to that point yet. So further discussion in the officers planning meeting. So go ahead, Fred.
One quick question. Since this is live, are we now officially moving to the new email or website? And so that's where we should be conducting our business.
Yes.
And volunteer signups, et cetera.
Yes. Start heading to the new website. I don't know how many more days we have our old website before it's taken down to
November 17th.
November
17th.
November 17th, our old website will no longer be up.
And Dave, I created an email to send to the whole council that explains what I just did much more concisely and explains how to register on the website. And as soon as Dave gives me the go ahead, I'll send that to the 367 members. You sent me the list, and I uploaded it into a program called MailChimp that will make your email life much easier. So whenever you tell me that it's ready, we'll hit send and the whole council will know about it.
Yeah, if we're in agreement and you guys want that, I'm ready to push the button if you guys want to see that email.
Perfect. You read my mind. I was just going to ask, we should send out an email and let everyone know it's ready to go and link to it.
We're good to go. Yeah, the sooner the better.
All right, I'll probably tomorrow night I'll send it out then.
Good. Perfect. With that in mind, remember, this is progressing. We need information. Okay. That's all you guys, everybody that attends these events, take pictures, write down some notes, get them to me, get them to Jerry, get them to Joe, Dave, Kyle, Brother Joe, whoever. So we could get these and compile a good story and put it on a website.
When you go,
If you guys are, any of the program directors also, let's start working on that and getting that updated since this is running now. And then let's work with Joe and getting our personalized photos on those tabs for community life and patriotism as well. That's all.
just wanted to show the current website has a.
So this is what you'll see on the current website. If you click that, you'll close it and it'll go to our old website. If you click that, it'll go to our new website. So what he's hovering over now. So if you click on that, it'll go right to our new website, or you can look it up under that. The search engine after the 17th is only going to come up with the one once you start looking for our council. Okay.
Might you just change that to we have moved for the next 10 days and click here.
Yeah, we can
Why-
do that.
why
Can
it's
we,
still
can we
live?
put that on there? Is that odd, me?
No, I'll probably let Dave do that. He's much more familiar with.
Can you put on, we have moved to this site, please visit this site instead of we are soon going to, you know, for that first one, as soon as you click on the website, just say we have moved to this, click here.
One other thing that I forgot to mention was on an email chain. I got a question a couple days ago. We can easily set it up so you can pay dues, accept donations, payments at a pancake breakfast. It costs 2.85, 3%. So just figure that into your pricing if you want to recoup those. Like if you go to the DMV, you know, they charge you what, $250 to use your debit card, similar kind of thing. But anything you want to collect money for, dues is payments for this, donations. It's really simple to set up, and it just goes straight to whatever checking account Daryl tells me to send it to.
All right, so that'd be kind of similar to the Cube. When people swipe their credit card,
Yeah.
3% surcharge. That's something that we could discuss in the officers planning meeting on how we want to address that 3% charge. And if we do want to do it online, that's something to discuss in that. So that'll be the third Monday of this month. So let's see, two weeks from tonight. So keep that in mind and we'll bring it up in that meeting.
Yeah.
All right. With that, I'd like to move on to our next agenda item. And it is the purchase of the award folders for Jerry.
This is real quick.
We ordered some folders like this for, the awards dinner that we're having in May. And, if you've ever tried to go to Supreme, I won't tell you that's like, unlike what Joe's created here, is like looking for a needle in a haystack in literally 45 minutes to find the right SKU. Daryl knew right away because he has a catalog. The rest of us probably, and we looked. Anyway, Robert ordered the wrong ones, and these are for the council. And so we proposed to sell these to the council instead of return them and pay the freight. And so this is a $250 purchase, and they intend to use those for giving out rewards like night of the month, family of the month, something. So they're in-house. If we return them, we gave them the option to buy them, and they said we'd like to, but we need a nomination to purchase these. It's kind of an off supply purchase, a second and a vote.
All right, so we need a motion on the floor for the amount of $250 to purchase these covers for our awards.
I make a motion that we purchase those folders from the assembly and use them for our own use. And the cost was
$250. Okay, a motion has been made on the floor. Second. And seconded. Is there any discussion on this? Okay, discussion was mentioned and we should get it to half price. Not gonna happen.
Is that gonna happen? That's great. What else do you have? Work for you.
Oh, got it. All right, any other discussion? All right, if there's no other discussion, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor of buying these award covers from the assembly in the amount of $250, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Always one.
Unanimous. All right, motion has been passed. We will purchase that in the amount of $200 from the assembly with a mostly unanimous. 200. Yes. All right, with that, we're gonna move on to our cinnamon roll event, November 17th. And well, November 17th through the 19th. So, Brother Dennis, are you still here? You might need to wake him up here.
We do have our next cinnamon roll coming up for the benefit of the assembly and for the Idaho Veterans Program that they support. We'll do our normal 450 units, and the website, as you saw, has a sign up for it. Well, appreciate you guys signing up where you can. Only one correction on there, Dave. Might take more than an hour to cut ice and cover. So get here around 10:30, 10:45, and we're usually out here by noon. So I appreciate you guys signing up. Any of you guys that have not done this before, we have a great time. You get a cinnamon roll when you get done. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Brother Dennis. All right, that's coming up the 17th, Friday, 18th, Saturday night, and don't forget the baking and icing in the morning, and then selling them again on the 19th, which is Sunday. That'll be the 9 and 11 a.m. mass. So
I need to make one correction on the panning them up. Normally we pan them up at 5 o'clock on Friday night, but due to fun night, we can't get in the kitchen until 7:30 or 8. So if any of you guys are here for fun night, just step in the kitchen
and help us pan those up. It takes less than an hour to get it done, so just this one time only, thank you.
Very good. Keep that in mind. All right, Brother Bert, we have, hockey tickets. So Brother Bert's been working on this, for the Steelhead tickets, coming up in January. So Brother Bert, go ahead.
Quick question, who's been to a hockey game yet? In the Steelhead, it's awesome, you guys know how fun the hockey night can be. So we're planning the event, it's on the 10th of January. We picked a date, that worked with our, Knights of Columbus calendar, and also the date where the Steelheads run a promotion, Photo Beer Night. So buy one, get one free. So tickets are $18 a person, and we need about 20 people to participate to get that deal. I'm sure we can fill that with the Boise Hawks team. I think we have a lot more than that. The games open at 6. The games at 7. What else? We're also planning an optional dinner at Buffalo Wild Wings, and this is a fundraiser event as well. And this is all their events, so we're going to be able to create a flyer that we can pass out. Now we can't pass it out in front of Buffalo Wild Wings, but we can definitely share it with our friends. Maybe put it in the bulletin and share that if you purchase and make any purchase, both alcohol and food is included. We get a 10% rebate on everything you spend. We just have to spend at least $300, which we will easily do. So once again, that would be the date of the event. Now, I did talk to the staff, the general manager. She said, well, you know, it's a Wednesday night that we get busy after 5 o'clock. So if we get there like at 4:45, once again, the gates open at 6, we can have leisure time and go in the game. We can all meet ahead of time. They can't save a seat, so get there at 4:45. We'll have silent seats for both the game and if you want to go to dinner, it'd be a great night. And that's about it. So hopefully you can make it out.
All right, we'll be talking more about this in the upcoming weeks and months. Keep that date in mind. It's January 20th. Oh, sorry, January 10th. Yep, Wednesday, January 10th. See Bert, see myself. We'll be at the officers planning meeting, and we'll get more information as far as collecting the money. But remember, we do need 20 participants minimum, and we'll talk more about Buffalo Wild Wings, go into that before, and kind of how we're going to deal with that. So, any questions? Brother Keith, did you have a question?
Yeah, I asked.
Okay, sorry, January 10th, Wednesday. All right.
This would be a perfect thing to get added to the calendar.
Yeah.
So that people know it's coming up that weren't at this meeting.
Yep, so we'll add that to the calendar and send out emails, so look for that. All right. Next one will be the upcoming sock hop, Brother Ken. We got a little time to talk about this, so please keep it brief.
All right, this is the result of Brother Rich holding it last month.
Brother Rich Pacheco.
Exactly, that's the culprit. Here's the date. Next year, June 1st, it's on a Saturday. Once again, June 1st, it's a sock hop. We got 7 nights already signed up to do the planning committee. And we're going to be signing up people that want to work that committee. The plan is this, for the next 2 months, month and a half, we're going to be coming up with a plan, party plan, everything like that, get our costs lined up. Then we're going to bring it to the officers meeting in January and ask for some funding, seed money, and get a report on how we figure that this is going to make some money for us too. And that's not the primary reason, but we suggest that if the council wants to, we take this money and it's not going to have an FBO on it except for council fund. So we play it forward. So the next event that we want to do for the council, we've got some funds for it. Everybody like that idea? And that's my report right now, Grand Knight.
Thank you, worthy state advocate. All right, let's see. Our next agenda topic is the St. Vincent de Paul Thanksgiving dinner. donation requesting volunteers. Brother John, you want to come on up? to the podium?
And yes, I don't have this won't be that long, but I've got a piece of paper with some notes on. And I don't know that I'm coordinated enough to hold a piece of paper and a mic at the same time, so. So anyway, this is a request for assistance with the Thanksgiving food basket. And specifically, it's gonna be a food drive rather food box. And specifically, we're looking for assistance with directing traffic. For the most part, most of us have been involved with the Thanksgiving food box drive over the years. Holy Apostles have been very, very generous. And the food boxes, they've gone out last weekend, they're gonna be going out again this weekend. There was 400 and something last weekend, and and they're going out again this weekend. And they're all coming back on the weekend of November 18th and 19th. And the drop-off is gonna be in the southeast corner of the parking lot near the school. And and we're gonna need looking for 10 people to help direct traffic. There's at the drop-off spot, there's 4.4 spots where people come in, and then somebody, probably a student, probably a couple students are gonna come in, grab your food and take that away. Those 4 go, and the next 4 come in, and traffic keeps moving. And that's all, and it just kind of flows, and that's all benefit of the traffic people. And the one thing most important thing that they do is that they keep traffic flowing in the same direction, because if everybody tries to attack that corner from different directions, all of a sudden we end up with, kind of everything all fogged up. And so, yeah, and a side note that has nothing to do with directing traffic, but the kids, people are unloading, they take the boxes from the cars, put it onto tables there. The trippies go into, what do they call it? Pardon me? Well, eventually get to a refrigerated truck. First they go into these big cardboard boxes where they pallet underneath them, that once they get filled, they take the forklift to move. But so they load that, the turkeys go into the boxes, and then with the boxes of food that they're bringing, they rearrange that. So, and then they seal it up with tape and put that onto pallets. And so if there's 10 people to more than 10 people who want to help with that, there's other opportunities as far as helping monitor the tables or building the pallets. Just a side note, a couple of years ago, there was one of the pallets that kind of failed. This was while it was on the back of the truck door, and the lift going back up into the truck, and wasn't a total failure, but caused some excitement for those of us that were kind of standing below it. So let's see. So back to traffic control, and it's certainly a job that any of the students could do, but I don't want a 14-year-old to be much more comfortable with an adult watching over that if something were to happen. And this goes especially to out in the corners of the parking lot where they're kind of out there on their own, alone. So so we're looking for people and adults to manage that situation. And so the need is going to be one person.
I'm experienced that at 2 years.
So we're looking for one person on Saturday the 18th, and that time slot for that is for 3:45 to 6:30. On Sunday, there's 2 shifts. And the early morning shift, there's 5 openings, and that goes from 7:30 to 11. And then there's 4 openings on the second shift, which runs from 10:15 until 2. And so I'm gonna be at this table back over here after the meeting, if anybody wants to sign up. Also, thanks to Dave, Brother Dave, I put in a request yesterday. Oh, it's up here, and it's up there on our sign up list. I looked at that this afternoon, if you go to volunteer and click, get there from there. While we're talking high tech, I have a list of my name and phone number, email on the table over here also, if anybody needs to contacting me after the meeting. So anyway, if there are any general questions, great. Otherwise, I
have specific questions, at the table. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother John. So it's not just traffic directors. We do need the traffic directors. We want them to be adults. But we also need help unloading some of the cars. So, please sign up online, go see him after the meeting and get your name written down. It's very important that we do that so we know who to have and where to put them. So, took all my notes. You got all my notes there, John.
Meeting with
Don's giving me an award.
All right, let's see. We have Advent books coming up on the 25th and 26th. That's Saturday and Sunday. We'll be handing them out before and after every mass. We need 2 volunteers for each mass. Daryl has them over here. If you want some, please grab one and put a little donation in the box if you could. All donations will go into our council's general fund. That will also be online, so look for that coming up. Please sign up for that because we do need help doing that. I know we don't get a very big turnout before and after mass. Rich usually shows up for the 11 o'clock every year, so thank you, Brother Rich. But please go to the site and sign up for that. That's the 25th and 26th. Weekend before Advent begins, and if we have any leftover bucks, carry over for the next weekend when Advent does begin. All right, with that, I'd like to move to the good of the order. I'd like to let everybody know I talked to Salt and Light Radio today. And about Pierstein, we did win it. So we won it for another 6 months. So congratulations, guys. Good job. They will be presenting us with the Pierstein on our next meeting, first Monday in December. So please be here for that and they will do presentation. So it won't be full of beer. So it could be. Sorry, guys, it's in a case, but yeah, maybe we'll sneak it out and have a beer. We'll never. Anyway, all right. So we did win that. Presentation's coming up. Anything else for the good of the order? Brother Rich,
Brother, Tony Bugletti,
Brother
and
Tim,
Brother Harry Duplex.
Brother Tony Frugaletti and Brother Harry Duplex. Please keep them in your prayers. Brother Kyle.
Brother Grenade. I'd like to ask for us to keep Brother Ed Shaw in our prayers. I'm not sure where he's at on his lung situation just yet, but I do believe he is on the hospital. So if anybody has any further information on him, please share. But keep him in your prayers as well.
Brother John.
Yeah, he's out of the hospital and he's doing better, but still struggling. And we're probably not close to that, they'll be with that pulmonologist on Wednesday.
Have they got any results on his blood?
No, it hasn't.
Yes, this is issues, but as far as results, no. There was something in that he was probably exposed to, could be 20, 30 years ago, or whatever. And all of a sudden hit and attacked him, kind of like shingles can get all of a sudden come back after some long time. And so they're waiting right now to get results back to see how to treat that. He's doing better, but still struggling.
Very good, Brother Ed Shaw. All right, anything else, Brother Fred?
I haven't heard an update on Deacon Shack, but I think you could probably still use our prayers.
Yes, I did talk to Deacon Shack. It was they put a stent in, from what I heard, and he was having a mild, two stents. And I believe he had a mild heart attack and went to the hospital. So he is up and running. He said he still has something else to do to make it 100%, but Okay, so one more stint. So yes, please keep him in your prayers. That's for Deacon Shack. Right. Brother Kyle?
One last one, I'd like, for the council and assembly members to keep Dick's family and his wife in our prayers as well, please.
Dick Jacobson and his wife Julie. Thank you. Okay, anything else for the good of the order? All right, with that, like us to all please stand or kneel. We're calling our worthy district deputy again to close us in prayer. Please stand or kneel.
In the Father, is God, and the Holy Spirit. Heavenly Father, I just thank you so much for tonight. I thank you for the opportunity to work together as the council truly make a difference when it comes to family, family needs, our parish, churches. We ask you to find a way to depart this place with your such simply, and then we do start so that we can get there. We can get something. It's what we call it. As we pray now, Father, we are ready to do it. As we figure out the trespass against us, and bless them to temptation, but they will rescue. The Father brings something to the Spirit. So we is that promotion. They call it limits. What's the promotion of the giving? Something. Spirit.